an Irish sport horse bred gelding imported to Australia for eventing, and Coolie Gangster, Tom McDermott, combination into the arena. Of course, today we will have the conclusion of our Group A Section 1 competition, and we will be awarding a very special trophy here this afternoon. The David Asmus Memorial Perpetual Trophy. Our leading Part 1 horse in 2024 was Fairview Alicana with Stewie Jenkins, Diamond B Farms, Diamond B Vivian in 2023. Yandu Equestrian won it in 22 and 21 with two different riders on Yandu Oaks Constellation. Tom McDermott, last time he was the leading Group A Section 1 horse was in 2019. Clint Beresford in 2018. Clem Smith in 2017. And in 2016, Vicky Roycroft with Congo Z. Tom McDermott rides Coolie Gangster around this course. Time allowed is 84 seconds. Object of the game, jump around this course without fault to rail down, as we saw Tom have over at the treble. 4 jumping penalties added to the score. We can see this course as designed by our international course designer, Graham Watts, ably assisted by David Mack. Two fences left to go through the combination. He comes down to the final fence, just carrying the one rail down at the last. 8 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 8. 76.58 with a total of 8. So we'll come out the next of our riders. Catalogue number 7 for those of you playing along at home. This is Amber Fuller with Cadenza NZPH. Well, Cadenza has just got stronger and stronger throughout the competition. Was 7th on the first day, 4th on the second day, 3rd yesterday with the fastest time in the jump off. Just had that one rail down. This combination still relatively new together. Cadenza and Amber Fuller. Certainly no stranger to competing here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. '19 Australian show jumping champion. Of course, Amber, for those of you who have met her, she was on the Australian Olympic team for Paris with a lovely big grey horse. Certainly been a top producer of many Grand Prix horses. One line left to go. She comes down to the final fence. Hey, Sydney, is this our first clear round of the day? Oh, yes, Amber Fuller safely over the last. 79.06, 79.06. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and a clear round, putting her as a first clear and into first place at this stage. So Tom McDermott and Coolie Gangster with the 8 going to second. Quiel Philo, 16, Amelia Douglas, make their way out into the arena. And another combination that have been right amongst it all week long, had a second placing thus far, and also a 6th in this competition. Jumped a superb double clear round here on the second day for our Group A Section 1 horses. And a relatively new imported nomination comes out of the Stall Tops stables, Jan and Edwina. Tops Alexander, based over there in Europe. Of course, Edwina Alexander, a long-time Australian show jumping representative. Amelia, having represented Australia more recently in the Nations Cup in Europe, and also competed in Doha in the Middle East. And a talented young rider that stepped up into the senior ranks. So we have one clear round thus far in the competition. We need at least one more to push us into a jump-off competition. Quiel Philo, 16. His course set at 1.50 to 1.55 in height. International standard course here on a Saturday afternoon in the NG Stadium. And we are having an absolute feast watching some of the best in the business. Oh, she added a stride down to fence number 9. Never shifted in the saddle. Stayed as quiet as she could. Time allowed, 84 seconds. You must complete the course quicker than that 84 seconds. That means you've travelled at a minimum 375 metres per minute. She comes down to the final fence. Second clear round. No jumping penalties, no time penalties. We will certainly have a jump off here this afternoon. Amelia Douglas, Quiel Philo, 16. Equal first place with Amber Fuller, 79.06 and 80.08. Time allowed, 84 seconds as we welcome out now from the central coast of New South Wales. This is James Mooney. And James is riding a lovely horse by the name of KPH Cavatina, owned by Jill Hawker. Robert and Vicky King is a 12-year-old mare known as Cav in the stables by Cassiago. You'll see he's just put his hand up there. I have to just hold the clock. When you got to go, as they say. Now he'll get back underway. The countdown clock will continue on. 45 seconds from when the bell sounds to start your round. If you don't get there, you have at least another 45 seconds to jump, but the time has started. And you're going to be behind the 8 ball from the get-go. James Mooney. On his second season of World Cups with this ever-talented mare, who's now 12 years of age. Well, just carrying the 8 jumping penalties as they come down to the final fence. Safely over the last from Kalnura Heights on the central coast of New South Wales. 2 rails down, 78.74. 8 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 8 for James Mooney, KPH Cavatina. As we welcome out now the next of our riders, catalogue number 10. This is Riverton at Cantador. Was 4th here on the first day, jumped a stellar round. Other 2 days, just had 1 or 2 rails down. He's certainly been in the mix. A relatively young horse at this level of competition. Although Reece Stones never scared to take a young horse and take it to its top potential in a relatively quick manner. Very talented rider from down there at Rutherglen. Did his apprenticeship as a bricklayer with his dad Des. Well, it's been a long time since Reece has laid any bricks on a building site. These days, a professional show jumping rider. He and his partner Talia have a full-time business out there at the Oaks, Riverton, Cantador and Reece Stones.
The results now, ladies and gentlemen, for Class 538, the novice pony over 13 hands not exceeding 13.2. Congratulations goes to our first place recipient, catalogue number 1545, the nomination from Mrs. Catherine Dolan, Whitmere Bloomsbury. Second place awarded to catalogue number 1401, the nomination from Mrs. Kylie Raymond, Miss Bronte Raymond, Miss Bridie Raymond, and the Paul Austin Equitation Group, Whitmere Carnaby Street. Third place awarded to catalogue number 1576, Miss Katrina Gorman's nomination, Whitmere Cosmopolitan. Fourth place to catalogue number 1577, the nomination from Mrs. Kiri Jenkins and Miss Abby Lonsdale, Swanreach Valentino. Fifth place to catalogue number 1411, the nomination from Miss Ivy Harris, Ashcroft Prince Regent. And sixth place to catalogue number 1395, the nomination from Mrs. Kerry Carr, Creena Park Mr. Bojangles. But congratulations once again to our first place recipient, catalogue number 1545, the nomination from Mrs. Catherine Dolan, Whitmere Bloomsbury.
Oh, Reece Stones, foot perfect. Like an artist taking that final stroke. Safely over the last, 78.90. Hits the right note with a clear round here this afternoon. And that is our third horse and rider booking a spot into the jump off. Riverton, Cantador, out of Oaks Altador by Canaan. And a lovely clear round as we welcome out now Ali Lamb. And Ali, the next of our riders, riding Eagle Rock. Well, a little mishap at the water and retired from the competition. As we welcome out now from the North Island in New Zealand, Sam Whale. And Sam riding Fleur Delacour. We saw Jeremy, her partner, finish in a second placing here yesterday afternoon in the Part 3 competition. Her one ride at this show. Sam Whale, a very talented New Zealand representative. Great to have her here in Australia at the moment. Currently based down in the Southern Highlands. And she rides at Fleur Delacour, number 11 in the catalogue. Well, clearly, Sam, a fan of the Harry Potter series, as we all know. Fleur Delacour, one of my favourite characters in Harry Potter. Well, this class also today, the EA Perpetual Cup, awarded to the owner of the winning horse in class number 857. Tom McDermott won this last year. We had equal first place with 3 horses in 2023. Diamond B Vivian, Oaks Ventriloquist and Deprice. Josh Collins won it in 2022 on Cornell. And Chris Chugg in 2019 with PWS Levelinsky. Sam Whale comes down to the final fence, just carrying the 1 rail down, 3 horses clear. So won't be back for the second round. 4 jumping penalties will put her into 4th place with a total of 4. And in fact, her fellow Kiwi won this in 2016, Amaretto MVNZ. As we now welcome out the next of our riders, Jess Rice Ward. Jess having picked up a 3rd and a 5th thus far in the competition for our Group A Section 1 class. Can she etch her name in the history books? The EA Cup, first awarded in 1951, donated by the President of the Equestrian Federation of Australia, the New South Wales branch, and first presented in 1951. It's a twin-handled electroplated silver rose bowl with a wire cover, raised on a circular timber base and made by W.J. Sanders of Sydney and retailed by Fairfax and Roberts. Kevin Bacon won this 3 years running with Chichester Simon Chichester, and then again in 73 in equal first place with Kevin Bacon and Kevin McVean with that Blue Gift. Greg McDermott won it in 1983 with Mr. Shrimpton. Vicky Roycroft in 88 with Mickey Mouse. They also won it in 90, 91 and 92. And Miss Michelle Lang won it in 1992 on Odds On. Just for a few names down in history. Carrying the 8 jumping penalties. Not going to be etching young Jess Rice Ward's name onto the Cup this year. But let's hope she can be back here in 2026 to contest the EA Cup once again. EFA Perpetual Cup. And 8 jumping penalties, 76.88 for Jess Rice Ward and Talara Diarangle. As we welcome out now, second last horse to go, Jamie winning Kermond. And Jim is riding Talara Watt-Komplensky, the Doolan family. Talara Watt-Komplensky, the Peel family, I think I should say. Owned by Rachel Peel and ridden by Jamie winning Kermond. We've had 3 classes thus far for this Group A Section 1. Jamie winning, having won all 3. Of course, Yandu, part of the winning group, winning appliances and appliances online for legendary service in equine and in electrical. You go and see the team from Yandu. Jamie winning Kermond. Talara Watt-Komplensky, Rachel Peel's nomination, and in the saddle, Jamie winning, Little Jim. And she said, bought this horse for Rach. Rach got busy with work and life, so Jim has had the ride on it for the last about 12 months. Bred by Mark Fraser, Talara Watt-Komplensky. It's very sad to hear the passing of Mark Fraser from Talara Warmbloods. Had a accident on the farm earlier this year. And at the GDP Grand Prix show down at Bonio, they had a special tribute about a week after he'd passed away. 48 horses from 230 at the show all had the Talara precinct prefix, I should say. An absolute credit and testament, a man who dedicated a great part of his senior life to breeding top horses, producing anywhere between 20 and 35 foals each and every year out of some of the best bloodlines in the country, if not the world. 2 fences left to go, 3 jumping efforts. Jim comes around, combination is right, rolls on down to the final fence, sets herself up. 80.48, clear jumping, clear time. Another clear round for Jamie winning Kermond. Last horse out into the arena will be James Patterson Robinson with Diamond B Vivian.
And in front of the Sinclair stand, we make the presentation for class number 535, the novice pony not exceeding 12 hands. And the winner here this afternoon is catalogue number 1573, Universal Stables, and Miss Tulabel Beattie from Colleyville here in Queensland. And the Border Show, Magic Mike, have been awarded first place this afternoon. Congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in front of the Martin Angus stand, we award special class number 53, the champion ridden Arabian Derivative. And we invite forward your champion for 2025, catalogue number 1050, Mrs. Alison Castle from Kensington here in New South Wales, and Tremaine Royal Occasion are your champion for 2025. Reserve champion, ridden Arabian Derivative, catalogue number 1071, Mr. Andrew Thorek, and Ms. Kylie Place from Coombs here in New South Wales, and Sarah Vale, Touch of Flame, have been awarded the reserve champion here this afternoon. Now your champion will be awarded the Edward Hurst Silver Perpetual Cup for champion, ridden Arabian Derivative. We welcome to the presentation area Mr. Greg Curzon, who will present the Perpetual Trophy here this afternoon. And I do believe Emma Irene is down there, ring centre, with our champion this afternoon. So down to you, Emma.
Well, thank you very much, Jake. We will just get the all-important photo with this beautiful trophy for our champion ridden Arabian derivative, and I look forward to chatting with our winner in just a moment's time. But Jake, what an absolutely spectacular trophy being presented here in Ring 1.
Well, it's a lovely trophy, the Edward Hurst Silver Perpetual Club, and donated by Mrs. Marjorie F. Hurst and family and awarded for the Supreme Champion Arabian and first presented in 1957. Mr. Hurst was connected with the RAS through his life. He imported to Australia from England many animals, including Arabian stallions. And Mr. Hurst was also a foundation member of the Jersey Herd Society, the Australian Pony Stud Book, and the Arabian Stud Book in Australia. He supported the RAS show ring for many years until his health made it impossible, and he passed away in 1955. And from 2016, this trophy has been now awarded for the Hurst family for the ridden Arabian derivative. So in most recent years, Emily Mears won it in EBL Quiver, Ashley Clark and Tally-Ho Velocity, Molly Johnson and Dree Times Variety, and Ali Renwick and Jessica Paramand have picked it up in the last couple of years. James Patterson Robinson, clear round, 81.38. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and a lovely clear round, giving us 4 horses and riders into the jump-off. And we will now go back down to Emma Irene, who's with our champion.
Thank you very much, Tim. I'm here with Georgina Sharp. Congratulations on taking home the champion ridden Arabian derivative. Georgina, tell us about this beautiful exhibit.
His name's Ben, and he's a lovely boy just to have around. He's very funny and he fills our lives with lots of joy.
What a wonderful answer. And speaking of filling your lives with lots of joy, who are the people that you would like to say thank you to today for supporting you to this win?
My parents, my grandparents, Kim Martin, and Sophia Lennon and Anna Clift.
Well, a big congratulations, Georgina, taking home the champion ridden Arabian derivative. And I'm going to say hello to our reserve champion as well.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Andrew, taking home the reserve champion. Tell me about this beautiful exhibit.
Yeah, so this is Saravel Touch of Flame. He's a Arabian derivative, Arabian riding pony, 10-year-old at his second Sydney. So pretty happy with that one.
And I'm sure a lot of wonderful people have supported you and your team.
Sure. We'd like a huge shout out to our sponsors, Jujubi Saddlery, LP Designs, and our supporters at home and Elmsley Stables.
Well, thank you very much, and a big congratulations once again to our champion and reserve champion ridden Arabian derivative. Back to you, Tim and Jake.
Thank you very much, Emma Irene. Well, the first round said and done here in the show jumping. 5 clear rounds, 5 horses and riders. Amber Fuller, Amelia Douglas, Reese Stones, Jamie Winning Kermond, and James Patterson Robinson. I say the name, Jamie Winning Kermond, and who turns up here in the broadcast box, but a good friend of hers and a good friend of mine as well, Dr. Mark Shembry. Hello, Dr. Mark Shembry.
Lovely to be with you, Tim. One of the most important parts of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, the broadcast box.
I like how you speak. You're good for my ego. Makes me feel good about myself. Mate, you've had a huge association with the Sydney Royal Easter Show. When did you first get involved?
I first got involved in a working capacity when I was a first-year veterinary student at the University of Sydney, and my job was to collect horse urine for drug testing. And it's got better ever since.
Yeah, well, there's only one way from there, isn't there? So you are now, well, you're Dr. Mark Shembry. You were a vet. You still practice in that sense that you're here on the vet committee at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. You work at Rosehill, a Randwick Racecourse for the AJC, but you're also now, because having 1 degree in medicine for animals wasn't enough, you're now a doctor as well.
Yeah, I get to work at Royal North Shore Hospital and the Mater as a registrar in obstetrics and love delivering human babies as I once loved delivering horse babies.
Mate, you're a talent. You actually make me sick, to be honest. Here I am just struggling away, no degrees, and you've gone and got a few to your name. What's going to be your next degree? Because I know you can't settle down.
Oh, I don't know. Have you got any ideas? What do you think I'd be good at?
Economics?
Economics. Yep, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Make a bit of money.
Go and do a degree in economics. just
Reinvest
throw
it
in
into
there.
agriculture.
Yeah. Now, today, you're one of the vice presidents here of this magnificent organisation. I know something you're very proud of, your association with the show. As you say, you started as a first-year vet student many, many years ago, and judging by the photo on your council badge, it was a few years ago between now and then. But, mate, you've stuck around and you're here as a vice president these days, and it's a wonderful organisation.
Oh, look, being the Vice President of the Royal Agricultural Society is probably the greatest honour of my life. Working under our President, John Bennett, one of the most extraordinary humans, and being there to be of assistance to him and the rest of the council, particularly Brock and other members of council and staff. This is one of the greatest institutions in the world. What a society, and the diversity of our society is something that I just fall more in love with every time I'm here.
Stick with me. I'm going to go do a result, and then you and I are going to keep chatting. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Well, we have results now of class number 501, and this will be a special prize, the Tony Haynes Memorial Perpetual Trophy for the winner of the Open Hack over 15.2, not exceeding 16 hands. And congratulations to our winner, catalogue number 1756 from down there in Victoria, Dale Plum, with Chorus, the beautiful thoroughbred by Zoostar, out of Fascinating, takes the win here today. Second place going to catalogue number 1171, Miss Sheridan Watts nomination, also from Victoria, with Rivalry. Third place going to catalogue number 1159, Hillview Thoroughbreds from here in New South Wales, with the lovely import Savron HK. Fourth place going to catalogue number 1859, Mrs. Kerry Armstrong and Joshua Clark and Stephen Merry's nomination from down in Hobart in Tasmania, with SLM Hustler, another Zoostar gelding, interestingly enough. Fifth place going to catalogue number 1742, same nomination as our winner, Mr. Dale Plum, with DP Florentine. And sixth place going to catalogue number 1202, Miss Joanne Parry and Mr. Jason Phillips nomination of Panishi. Big thank you to Jason and Joe from Trail Race Saddlery. And seventh place going to catalogue number 1206, Miss Claire Fredericks nomination from Queensland, with Most Important by I Am Invincible. So some lovely thoroughbreds out here. Our sixth place by So You Think. Our fifth place by Wicked Style. Zoostar had fourth. Air Chief Marshal had the sire of our third place getter, Piero, the sire of our second place, and Zoostar, the sire of our winner. Jake Smith, a very special trophy being awarded down here, and it gives us a great pleasure to welcome Miss Christine Clifford to the presentation area.
Certainly is Tim Dreverman. They're awarding the Tony Haynes Memorial Perpetual Trophy, and it's a gold cast bronze model of a horse by Mary Pinsent, and it is raised on a timber plinth. And Mrs. J.E. Haynes donated the trophy in memory of her husband Tony Haynes, first presented back in 1991, 34 years ago. And Mr. Haynes was associated with horses and the horse world for most of his life. And in the first year, it was a Waterhouse and Fitzharding combination that won it with False Alarm. The Haynes family won it in 1998 with Gosh. Dale Plum, of course, winning it here this afternoon, won it in 2008 with DP Mayfair. 2012, Shelley Penny and True Liberty were the winners. Bailey and Christie won it in 2014 and 15 with Mickey Moto. And recently, Romsey Park and Sue Thompson. Gavinci won it in 2021. They also won it in 2023 with Gavinci as well. So a lovely lineup of hacks down here in front of the Sydney Royal Stand, and we congratulate all of our exhibitors here this afternoon. A great lineup of horses being presented for judgment, and certainly not an easy task for our judge, Miss Julie Butler. And as Tim Dreverman alluded to, we thank Miss Christine Cliff, who was presenting the prize trophy here to the winner of our class, the Tony Haynes Memorial Perpetual Trophy for the winning hack over 15-2 and not exceeding 16 hands.
Well, Dr. Mark Shembree's here in the broadcast box. Our first horse makes their way out into the arena for the jump-off. This is Amber Fuller Cadenza, NZPH. Jump-off course, we go over a shortened course. Fences 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11A, 11B, 12. Mark, we love seeing the show jumping here, don't we?
Oh, I love seeing it. And I love asking people what brings them to the show each year. And the number of people that tell me they come here just to watch the horse show jumping is exceptional. And love seeing Amber Fuller ride. I've seen Amber ride at many shows now. Again, an extraordinary person and rider. I wish her well out there today.
Represented, made the Australian Olympic team for Paris, was our travelling reserve. Oh, so close on that lovely big grand grey horse. So over a shortened course, we go fences 1, 2, 8, 9. 9 being the Harbour Bridge. Roll on down here to 10. And we come back here to 11A, 11B and 12. 2 fences left to go, 3 jumping efforts. A clear round here will certainly put her into a good position. Put the pressure on the other 4 horses and riders. She comes down to the final fence. Hey, Sydney, give her a round of applause. 41.51. Great round.
Well, that was a wonderful result for Amber. Oh, I'm so happy for her. An exceptional rider and a good friend, so good on you, Amber.
Well, we now welcome out from the master to the apprentice, Amelia Douglas, out of the Chatham Park stables, Quiel Philo 16. Mark, you were in veterinary for a long time. The purpose breeding and embryo transfers and selecting sires, it's become a real science, and a lot of money, a lot of effort and a lot of time goes to produce these top horses.
Absolutely. Being a veterinarian and choosing that specialty of breeding in horses has been a real thrill, particularly if I look back 20 years ago when we were seeing these horses as babies, as foals, and then seeing them get to this extraordinary level of elite competition.
Well, we're seeing the best in the business here. She got close again to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. We love the jumps that we have here at Sydney Royal. We see them once a year. They can stay locked up down the back under the stadium. They get pulled out just for these 10 days of show jumping. Amelia Douglas, the time to beat, 41.51. Has she done enough on the clock? Can she do it? Oh, second place. Second place by 1.2 seconds. 1.2 seconds, the deciding difference in the EFA Perpetual Club. That'll put her into second place, 42.71. And clear. Mark, the show numbers have been phenomenal this year, haven't they? It's been wonderful to see 106,000 through the gate here yesterday. We're looking at about 90,000 today. The weather, I don't know who you've been talking to, but you and the president and the councillors here at the RAS must have a direct line to someone.
Obviously, a successful show is based on extraordinary weather, which we've had. Numbers through the door from the very first day when we had very little crossover with school term, and we've seen families come in great numbers to see this wonderful event. And, you know, again, when I ask people what brings them, there are a large number of people who say, I don't come for anything specifically, it's just a family tradition. This is the day they go to at the show, and they love all the variety. And they can end up in pavilions that they might have not been to for a few years, but it's time to top up and see the resources and agriculture in that part of the show.
Well, Reece Stones got inside the Ned Kelly fence. Not sure whether it was quicker or not because he still went outside the Glebe Huts. 41.51, the time to beat. Nicely down over the horsehead, 2 fences, 3 efforts left to go. The next fence is 2 fences, A and B, 2 efforts, 1 jump. Jumps in over the oxer. 1 non-jumping stride to the second. He rolls on down to the last. It's not going to have helped him that inside turn. Can't get the lead. Can't get second. Will go into third place. 46.59. 46.59 and clear. Of course, your good mate comes out. You and I first met at Jamie Winning's 21st, just a few years ago.
Yep, Jamie Winnings was my second teacher in show jumping. Brett Davey gave me my introduction to horse riding. I'll always be appreciative to Brett for that. And then later to Jamie Winning, who allowed me to ride her wonderful horse Blackjack, which you'd be familiar with Blackjack?
I remember Blackjack. She rode him here in about 99 or 2000. That's when Jim and I first met down in the Munro Pavilion. We were stabled together.
Is that right?
It is. Do you remember my first question to you?
You asked me about embryo transfer. Is that
And
right?
then the second question was, how do I become the commentator at Sydney Royal? It stuck around and here I am. Who would have thought, hey?
I
Two
promised
young
everyone
guys.
I had nothing to do with it.
You told me, yeah, I can make that happen, Tim. And I paid you that 150. Joking.
I was just the urine collector back then, Tim. No power whatsoever.
Jamie Winning Kermon, Talara Watt-Komplensky over the first fence. She has won every one of these classes. Now, we watched Reese do this, but he didn't do this. He didn't take this inside line. Oh, Jim took the risk, didn't get the reward. You could see Watt-Komplensky's foot just slipped underneath. And Jim, very rightly slow, turned off the fence. Takes 4 for the rail down, 4 for the disobedience. So carrying 8 jumping penalties. We talk in show jumping, it's risk versus reward. She took the risk. She had to ask the question, had she pulled it off, she would have well and truly been 2 or 3 seconds in front of her counterparts. But unfortunately, it's going to push her right down the leaderboard. But Sydney, she has won 3 out of the 4 Group A Section 1 classes. How about you give her a big round of applause? 8 jumping penalties, 3 time penalties, a total of 11. It can be a tough sport, this kind of mark. You go from that there. Had she nailed that turn, very different outcome.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, that combination of rider and the horse and that relationship is very impressive, very special. And I love seeing the way Jamie interacts with her horses. I know she has a lot of love and care for them. And it's good to see her doing so well at the 2025 Sydney Royal Easter Show.
Certainly is. Well, one horse and rider stands between Amber Fuller, etching her name in history forever and a day, going on to the EFA Cup. And it's this man here, 2-time Olympian, represented Australia at the London Olympics in 2012. He then went on to represent Australia at the Rio Olympic Games. Based in Europe for over 10 years, champion boy rider here in 1992, leading show jump rider in 1996 in the junior section. He is now based back here in Australia with his lovely partner. It is, of course, the one and only, formidable James Patterson Robinson, riding the lovely horse nominated by Helen Chugg from Diamond B Farm, Diamond B Vivian. And we have a quick look at the history books. This horse won this competition in 2023 and 2021. So twice previous winner with Amanda Madigan in the saddle. Can JPR put the name on the trophy for the 3rd time and go down with the likely names of Chichester, Melody Maker, and some of the most famous horses from another era gone by? This mare certainly no stranger to the arena. You can just see it. That mare just thought the door was open to the right, went to run down the side. We built the anticipation, but unfortunately it's not going to be the outcome we thought, with 4 penalties for the runoff at the Harbour Bridge. Again, Mark, we see riders asking questions of horses here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, and I can imagine the amount of preparation time that goes into getting this right, and then that element of disappointment, whether it's mild or significant, when the horse just doesn't do what you're asking it to do.
Well, he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. He'll retire from the competition and bows out here this afternoon. So we will have official results, but well done to Amanda Madigan, Amber Fuller and Cadenza NZPH taking the win. Amelia Douglas in 2nd, Reese Stones in 3rd, Jamie Winning Kermond in 4th, and 5th place to Diamond B Vivian. Dr. Mark Shembry, always a pleasure that you come and join us. Thanks for calling past the broadcast box.
Oh, it's lovely to see you, Tim, and it's lovely to be, lovely to see so many of these horse riders that I once would have done veterinary work for their animals, and to see them flourishing at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Thanks, Tim, and lovely to see you.
Always a pleasure. Dr. Mark Shembry there, Vice President of the Royal Agricultural Society, Chair of the Veterinary Committee, and a wonderful mate of mine over many, many years, and we always love catching up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we turn our attention down here in the show jumping arena for the presentation of the class. First up, we have some very special presentations. But the winner of the class, congratulations to Amber Fuller and Cadenza NZPH. A very worthy win here this afternoon. All clear in a time 41.51, the quickest time on the course without penalty. And her stablemate in second place. Congratulations to Amelia Douglas Quill Philo 16, taking out second place. Third place going to Riverton Cantador and Reese Stones. Fourth place, had that turn come off, it could have been a very different result. But well done to our fourth place getter, Jamie winning Kermond on Rachel Peel's nomination, Talara Watt-Komblensky. And fifth place, congratulations to James Patterson Robinson and Diamond B Vivian. Well, we have our judge down here, Mr. Ho from Hong Kong, making the presentation to all of our riders. A big thank you also to our stewards in the show jumping and being led by Chief Steward, Mr. Brett Davey. Well, Jake and Emma, this trophy, a very special trophy for the winner of class number 857, originally the EFA Cup. We now have the CEO of Equestrian Australia to present the EA Cup. Vienna Peacock going to Amber Fuller, Cadenza, NZPH.
Yes, Tim, this particular trophy they're presenting at the moment is a twin-handled electroplated silver rose bowl with a wire cover raised on a circular timber base and donated by the President of Equestrian Federation of Australia and first presented back in '51 where Pearson and Williamson's Safari were the winners that year. We go through some of the winners in the 70s. That included Kevin Bacon, won it in 1970, 71 in 72 with Chichester, and recently this trophy has been won by Diamond B Farm with Diamond B Vivian in 2021. In 2023 we had the joint winners Diamond B Farm, Isabella Stone, and Victorian Show Jumping Stables with the Priest. In 2024 last year was won by Tim Boland and Cooley Gangster.
Thank you very much, Jake. While we get the all-important photo, runner-up in the class, Amelia Douglas. Very well done, a tough competition. The stablemate just in front, but congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Super exciting day. I don't think me and Amber have ever been 1 and 2, especially in a big class. So it's super exciting for us as we work super hard, and I think we've deserved this actually. And Amber was amazing today, and it's a new ride for her, and she did an amazing job.
Maybe a celebration at the honky tonk a little bit later?
Yeah, maybe, but we do like to go to bed early.
I love that. The winner of the class and the winner of the EFA Cup, the EA Perpetual Trophy, with so much history on this class, Amber. It's wonderful to see you back up here and name etched in history forever and a day.
Thanks so much, Tim. I've been coming to Sydney Royal for a long time now, and this is a class that's always eluded me. I've been second, but I've never actually won it, so it's a really cool thing to tick off the bucket list and to win here today, especially getting to stand next to my best friend, Amelia Douglas, in second place. So we're pretty thrilled to be here, and our owners, Alex Douglas, is here to watch the horses jump fantastic, which is wonderful. And I just want to say thanks to Equestrian New South Wales for sponsoring the EA Cup for many years. It's a super prestigious class to compete in and to win, and we'd just like to thank them for their support.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, the winner of the EA Cup. Well, we now have another very special presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, the David Asmus Memorial Perpetual Trophy for our best performed Section 1 jumping horse, a laydown Misere with 3 wins this year. Please put your hands together for Talara Watkomplensky, Jamie winning Kermond. And it gives us great pleasure to welcome Peter and Virginia Asmuth down here to present this very special trophy. And Jake, another lovely, lovely trophy with some wonderful history.
Well, Tim, it certainly is a wonderful presentation of the David Asmus Memorial Perpetual Trophy. David Asmus was a competitor at the Sydney Royal Easter Show for over 30 years, an accomplished rider and show jumper. He won the Champion Gentleman Rider and Rider on the Flat, as well as many more show jumping competitions at the show, with his name appearing on several perpetual trophies, including the Bob Chittick Memorial Perpetual Cup, the EFA Perpetual Cup, and the Kevin Burke Memorial Teams Perpetual Trophy. In 1983, he represented Australia in World Cup show jumping in Vienna, finishing 12th overall.
Well, it is a wonderful lineup as we look back through the history. Emma Irene, wonderful to see. Jamie winning Kermond. She won this on Yandu Oaks Constellation a couple of years ago. Her partner has also won it on that same horse, but she has now won it with Rachel Peel's nomination of Talara Watkomplensky. And congratulations to Jamie. A big thank you to Peter and Virginia for coming out here to make this very special presentation in memory of a legend of this arena. Well, Jamie, congratulations. What a win, what a show you've had. 3 firsts and a 4th here in part 1. Could you ever have dreamt in your wildest dreams that you could have done that here on the biggest stage of the year?
No, it was all beginning to feel like a bit of a dream, so I had to bring myself back to reality there in the second round and have a go. Apparently he can't win them all, that's proof. So it's just it's very special to have won the 3, and for her to jump so well, I feel like I robbed her with that rail down or the faults, because she just wasn't going to touch a thing. But if I'm going to be beaten by someone, I was pretty glad it was Amber. She did fantastic, and well done to everybody else. Dougie, Reese, well done to everyone. It was a really special class. A big thanks to my groom, Steffi. She's done an amazing job all week with this horse. I'm not that easy to work with, I'm sure, but she's put up with me, so thanks to Steffi. My husband, Josh and Emma Collins. It's a massive team effort. I ride it in the ring, but it's an absolute team to get her here. And thanks again to the Peels for letting me ride their very special horse.
Rest day tomorrow, Jim. Grand Prix here Monday afternoon, a 2-round competition. It's going to be exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, Grand Prix day is always very special. I was pretty nervous today, so I don't know what I'm going to be like on Monday. Rest day tomorrow. Bit special mention to my 2 kids, Hudson and Thomas. They've been here all week battling through the Easter show. As you can imagine, they're you know, beside themselves. It's not very fun here for 2 young boys, but Easter Sunday off, Monday Grand Prix. I hope everyone comes out to watch it. I know the live stream's good, but I'm hoping in the flesh we'll turn it on for everyone. So see you Monday.
We certainly will see you Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get our leading rider of the show, our winning horse of the show, to lead us out here as they come around. Please join us in congratulating our winner and place getters. A big thank you to Peter and Virginia Asmus, to Vienna Peacock, our magnificent CEO of Equestrian Australia, for these special classes. What an afternoon of show jumping we've seen down here in the NG Stadium. And what a win to Amber Fuller. Congratulations, Amber. Cadenza, NZPH.
And the results now, ladies and gentlemen, for class 536, the novice pony over 12 hands not